Another Jeeping with Cool Guy video. What else have you got to do with your time? On today's episode of Jeeping with Cool Guy, we're going to install the driver's side stationary seat mount with the sliding attachment to it. Just got the seats back from the upholsterer with the denim material for the Golden Eagle style look. God, these things look so awesome. They got the buttons on them. In '79, AMC lost the rights to use Levi's as their trim edition, but they still offered the Golden Eagle and the Renegade in the denim version, but it didn't have the Levi's attachments to it. So this in itself is kind of a rare edition, but gosh, these things look so good. I'm so excited about it. Let's get to it. So I've jumped ahead here a little bit and already installed the main lever, the engagement lever, disengagement lever, so that you can actually slide it back and forth. And this is just done by this arm locks into the teeth that's actually on this sliding rail. So before we go any further, I want to give you a couple little tips on how to install this and to get it into operating shape. The slide rail itself consists of, let's see, 3 key components. 1 is the arm itself. 2 is the mounting bolts that mounts to the inside of the seat frame. And then these little metal spacing washers. What these spacing washers do is they get the arm up off of the frame of the seat and provide about a ½ inch worth of space so that the arm isn't butting up against the seat and gives your adjusting arm a little bit more space. I've already powder coated this piece. There isn't anything plastic in here. There's only grease on the inside, so I wasn't concerned about really damaging anything on here. And then what you want to do is, before you install all of this, there's 1, 2, I think 4 potential ball bearings on the inside of this rail that glide along between the 2 rails themselves. And I believe there's a roller rail or a roller bearing on the inside of this bottom support. You want to get as much grease in here as you can so this thing slides really nice and gently. You don't want any friction on this. When you took these things off, you will probably have noticed, if you had the original bolts on it, it's this almost like a reverse torque head bolt. Major pain in the butt to get out. Just because I didn't have the proper head for it. Once I got those things out, I decided I was going to replace these things with stainless steel bolts. Now, these stainless steel bolts, your typical hex head bolt like this, you need to make sure that the slide rail can slide past this regular hex head bolt. And it is really tight in here, very tight. And there's also a secondary shift support rail on the inside of this bottom rail. So you want to make sure that when you install this, you get it torqued down pretty tightly. I think I set mine at 25 foot-pounds. But anyways, you want to make sure that the hex head, that flat surface, is parallel to the rail itself. Otherwise, your slide rail will get caught on it. But before you do that, put your spacer in between the rail and the seat frame. Put your bolt down through it and then torque these things down. And then once you get all that in, then you can lubricate it and make sure that it slides really well. And that's pretty smooth. I mean, there's no friction there at all. So now let's move on to the other side rail. And to be able to get this thing to move, you have to be able to pull this arm out and slide the rail back and forth so you can actually get access to the mount hole. Take your bolt, put it through the hole, put your spacing washer in between there, and then into the hole it goes. Now there's just enough room here to be able to get a socket on this. Now you are more than welcome, if you want, to go back and reuse the original bolts. Mine, one of them snapped off, so that was obviously not going to be an option. and I decided to go with stainless steel because I don't really want this thing to rust out anymore. And I don't really think that this hurts the OEM value of this thing overall. Alright, now I've got this thing installed, and I've got it lubricated, and that's really nice because you don't want it to be super loose, like kind of wobbly. There's a little bit of tension in there, so that's good. That means that that rail is still in really good shape. I want to make sure it's got full range of motion. So the last component of your sliding adjustable seat rail system is the linkage between the two rails. This consists of 2 rods and an adjusting bracket that spins, and then a wing nut that kind of holds it in place. The thicker wire goes into the hole, the one hole in the adjusting lever. The thinner one goes into the innermost hole. There's 2 here, but the one that's on, I guess you'd say the outer part of it, is just too far away, and you can't disengage this bracket with it in that hole. So put it on that inner one, and it's going to give you plenty of room to be able to adjust this arm. And then you turn this, I'm going to guess this is clockwise, counterclockwise, I don't really know. Anyways, you're going to thread this bracket onto your linkage arm enough to where there's just enough tension and it doesn't pull on either one of these arms. Once you get to that point where it's got a pretty decent amount of tension there, that's not bad. Okay. Then you take your wing nut and you tighten your wing nut down onto this adjuster as my dogs go tearing across the upper part of the house. And there. Now we have it all installed. And then you can test it out and see how well that works. Perfect. Love it. Alright. Cool. Now to install the stationary brackets. You can tell that they're slightly different, and I was trying to figure out which goes what side and what orientation. The way I figured it out is, one, the parts that have the little bit of the pitting on these brackets, which have also been derusted and powder coated, were originally mounted on the body side. So these were where the carpet was, and that's why the rust had built up. So the clean, pristine side was obviously right underneath the seat. Now, which one goes on which side? If you compare the two, you can tell the one that's in my right hand is actually taller. So if you take in consideration where this is going to sit, the taller side needs to go to the outer side of the seat. Now, what direction does it go? Does it mount like this, or does it mount like this? So you see how this angle is going up. So this is lower than this part. The seats actually sit at an upright angle. Otherwise the seat would be dipping down towards the steering wheel. Don't think that'd be a good idea. So you'll notice that on both of these brackets, when you install them correctly, like this and like this, they are both on the same plane. And the shorter one is going to go to the inside of the tub, because that's where the transmission hump in the body actually will fit up nicely with this. So once we've got these configured right, I'm going to grab a stainless steel washer for both of these, or actually all 4 of them, and a 9/16 inch regular threaded nut. If you wanted to, you could probably put the nylon lock nuts on here, and that way you wouldn't have to worry about them coming loose. Well, I lied. They're not actually regular threaded bolts or nuts. They are fine threaded. So what you need is 9/16 inch nuts with the fine thread. And once you get all 4 of those on, torque them down. I'm just going to torque them down to like 25 foot-pounds, nothing really too super tight. We should be good to go. And there you have it. This cross member I'm not 100% sure how it goes, but I'm almost positive that it goes across the front support brackets in the front part of the seat, if I recall correctly. But you're not going to install this until you actually install your seat into the Jeep, which we'll do in a later episode. And there you have it, boys and girls, another episode of Jeep with Cool Guy. We just finished up installing the adjusting arms rail system for your front driver's seat for the Jeeps that had the stationary front driver's seat mounts. Like and subscribe. See you next time.